streets every day. The town is full of predator, don't turn a little prey. I flip $1 million out of nothing, make them feel a certain way. Hoping that the switch.
What's good, y'all? FISK Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the FISK, you know, while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Listen. Hit that sub button. We almost at 3K, man. The goal was to get the 3K for the draft. We almost there. Hit that sub button, join the FISK unit, and get tough. You understand? I was watching The Mummy earlier today, and I was watching the bullets bounce off Imhotep before he became this human form. And I was like, yo, that's a FISK unit soldier right there. Bullets, he just eating the bullets, laughing at it, just ha 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 ha. It's all like, yo, that I do that for people. Should have 1 million subscribers right now. I know this has got to be millions of people in the world who want to be bulletproof. You feel me? Now, with that being said, let's talk about these Giants, man. Shout out to John Mara. I've been tough on him in the past. I have. I'm the only one in the Giants community that actually call him out on a regular basis. Shout out to him. You know, he talks about how the organization has been trash the past few years and he's sick of it. Well, I stand by my comments. Mara, that's your fault. That's all your fault. It's 110% John Mara's fault that this organization has been trash for the better part of 5 years. It's his fault. He the one who didn't want to get rid of Eli after we benched him. He the one who didn't let Ben McAdoo draft Mahomes. He's the one who let Gettleman draft Saquon Barkley instead of Josh Allen. He's the one. He's the one. Hell, all you Gettleman haters out there, he's the reason we didn't get a younger GM, because a younger GM wasn't going to build around Eli. So at the end of the day, Mr. Mara, you talk about how, you know, the Odell Beckham trade still haunts you. You know, your grandson is mad at you and all this other stuff over the Odell trade, to the point where 2 weeks ago there was rumors that you wanted to sign Juju because he's popular with the kids and that'll make your grandson happy. You know, I'm like, listen, Mr. Mara, just own it. Okay, just own it. You blew it with Odell. You blew it with the retirement of Eli. You blew it with the first coaching hire with Pat Sherman. A lot of this is your fault. Now, where I will commend John Mara is, at the end of the day, he's patient and he let Gettleman do his job. And the fact, because, you know, when it's all said and done, Daniel Jones, who we're going to get to in a moment because he has some things to say about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was the right pick. Mara didn't have to let them make that pick as controversial as it was. He didn't have to let them do that. He let them do it. Joe Judge was the right hire. All the pressure was in the world was Eric Bieniemy this or Mike McCarthy that, whatever, whoever was available at the time. John Mara said no. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get Joe Judge. So I will commend John Mara for the rebuild. A lot of this credit has to go to him because he's not Tish. Tish doesn't really. Tish is just, he's in Hollywood somewhere, okay? Tish got better things to do than to run the day-to-day on the Giants. John Mara is a very hands-on owner. He's in the damn draft room. He's in these free agency discussions. Nothing that happens with the Giants goes by his desk without his approval. You think we get Kenny Golladay if he doesn't want him? No. You think we sign Adoree Jackson if he doesn't want him? No. So I know John Mara likes to sit in the background. He likes to hide in the shadows like he did with the benching of Eli Manning. The good Lord knows he didn't want nothing to do with that. Like Ben McAdoo in his second season could just bench Eli Manning without the owner's approval. But I'm not going to go there no more. I already ran in on that. There's water under the bridge. But Mara has to get the credit for the rebuild if I'm going to give him the blame for the destruction. So shout out to John Mara for okaying the right moves, saying no to the right moves. He's the boss. You understand? He's Vito Corleone. He's Carlo Gambino. He's freaking whoever boss you could think of, that's him. You understand? So all the freaking what? Gettleman will be considered what? The underboss. Joe Judge would be considered a consigliere. No, he'd be considered a captain. Joe Judge would be like he'd be like, yeah, Joe Judge actually would be the underboss. Actually, Joe Judge would be the underboss, and Gettleman would be the consigliere. Daniel Jones would be a captain. Leo would be a captain. Whatever. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is shout out to John Mayer. But he also said something about Daniel Jones has the potential to win a Super Bowl, and he hopes that spending all this money, Daniel Jones will take that next step. And I agree. When Mara says that Daniel Jones has more than enough weapons to get the job done, I agree. You see, I'm on another level. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all not on my level yet. You know what I'm saying? You're not on my level. See, y'all are just hoping that we win a division. Y'all just want the playoffs. Y'all thinking small. I'm thinking Super Bowl, because I know how great Daniel Jones is. I've seen the potential. I've seen the prophecy. Didn't I tell y'all? The chosen one, the anointed one, the one who fell from the sky to deliver the New York Football Giants from evil, Daniel Jones. Didn't I tell you when Zeus shot him from the clouds that a lightning bolt hit a tree and burned the prophecy into that son bitch, and I read that motherfucker for the world to hear, and then I handed him to his mother? Daniel Jones is put on this planet with supernatural abilities. He can do anything. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if Eli can win 2 rings, so should Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is more talented than Eli Manning ever was and ever will be. Daniel Jones is one of the fastest quarterbacks in the league, if not the fastest, if I want to be petty and bring up PFF numbers. He has the best deep ball in the league. He's 6'5", 240. He's as big as Cam Newton. He says all the right things. He's not out here getting stopped by the cops like Baker Mayfield. He's not out here freaking getting accused of foul play with masseuses like Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? He's not throwing his offensive line under the bus like freaking Russell Wilson. He's not beefing with the front office like Aaron Rodgers. He's a good kid. He just needs some help. And now he finally has that. I'm expecting MVPs from this kid. I'm expecting Super Bowls from this kid. Y'all just want to make the playoffs. I'm expecting 35 to 40 touchdowns next season, because he threw 24 touchdowns in 12 games in his rookie season. I'm 99% sure if he bounces back in his 3rd year, he can get to 35. You smell me? So I agree with John Mayer. Daniel Jones can win a Super Bowl. He will win a Super Bowl, and he has the talent around him to do that. Kenny Golladay, Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard whenever he's healthy. He's got the weapons to do it. You feel me? I'm sure we could be a month away from Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying? So he has the weapons. He's got a great coach in Joe Judge. Great ownership with John Mayer, front office with Dave Gettleman. Everything's in place for Daniel Jones to take off. I expect great things. But John Mayer said some other stuff pertaining like to Saquon Barkley and how patient he's going to be to rebuild, things of that nature. I'll speak on that later. But for this video, that's it, that's all. Subscribe to the unit if you rocking with me. My name is FISK Vegas, and I approve this message.